out of the box or out of the wall, wherever we're going to call it, we have pew, 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 pew. Alien Covenant. So, I think the biggest surprise of this movie is Danny McBride being in it. So let's just talk about it right now. But anyway, we are going now into the sequel to Prometheus 2. 10 years after that movie, Ridley Scott comes back. The only actor that does come back is Guy Pearce for the first 5 minutes and Michael Fassbender as David, as well as Walter. Is this a pretty awesome movie? Let's find out. Chase Liaki here with the Blue Futon reviewing Alien Covenant. So what's it about? Pretty simple premise. Kind of like I said, 10 years after Prometheus, you have a new colony. It's a colony ship, and they're about to go to their planet. But wait a minute, what's this new life form over here? It takes them 2 weeks to get there. Or they could go over to this other, solar system that's 7-ish years away. But something bad happened to James Franco, which is in the movie for 10 minutes, and he dies. So none of them want to get in these pods anymore. So they're like, you know what? Let's try out this planet where Naomi Rapaces, as well as David, a.k.a. Michael Fassbender. But now, David Fassbender, a.k.a. David, is a dick, and he wants to kill every single human, just like the makers wanted to do. And even though he's following the path of the makers, he's like, nah, I'm even better than the makers. I'm going to fuck their shit up. Okay, so this is where I think more questions are not answered. Okay, so did I like this movie as a whole? I think I enjoyed it. The gore was a lot more than Prometheus. However, I don't know if it really connects as well as it thinks it wants to with all the Alien franchises in Prometheus. So, first off, the big flaw, Prometheus looked better than this movie. Okay, that's a lie. Majority of the movie looks better than Prometheus. Or Prometheus' majority looks better than this. There is one scene in this movie, though, with the very end where they put the alien outside and they have to do the truck scene. The special effects, the sound design, the stunts, the look of that grandiose scale of that final battle sequence was fucking top tier. I mean, like I said, it was most of the sound effects. The Adobe Atmos of the then the do. I remember doing it pretty shittily, but it was so damn awesome. Awesome. So, even though that scene was awesome, the movie throughout, I felt like Prometheus just looked more grand, looked more fun, looked more just ridiculous. Like, I don't know. Something about the spinning ship in Prometheus is like top tier shit. That's like, I don't know how much could be. I don't know. I just watched on my OLED TV and I was in freaking awe. So again, when you go to a Ridley Scott movie, you're going to get the technical aspects. You're going to get the great special effects. You're going to get these type of movies. Same with Napoleon. I was the only one that was like, hey, special effects. And people are like, nah. But it did. So, technical craft of Ridley Scott's movies are always top tier. The acting in this movie, a lot more people in this movie. Of course, you have Michael Fassbender, you have Katherine, you have Billy Crudup, you have Danny McBride, you have Demián, Bichir, and others as well. So, pretty stacked cast as well. All right. Again, it's with the storytelling. I don't know if it's because it's a completely different cast that wrote this one to Prometheus. There is still some missing pieces. Because I remember in Prometheus, Idris Elba's character said, this is not their real planet. It's a military base. Cool. I understand that. But how something happens in this movie where Michael Fassbender's character, David, drops all these tubes on these maker characters. Maybe I'm just confused at this point because it's more of a military base. I understand it's like, oh yeah, what if it's the military families? However, how they built it, they still had the faces everywhere on the walls. So that little bit confused me as well. Also, I could have sworn that spaceship is completely demolished because Idris Elba crashed into it in Prometheus. So how is he flying that spaceship and then dropping all the shit? I don't know. Where did he get that other spaceship? It doesn't explain. I think that's what the movie does. It doesn't really explain a lot. Yes, you have Michael Fassbender's character, aka David, not Walter, doing all these experiments with Noomi Rapace's character, with as much as what he could find, because there's not a lot of people on this planet. He killed as much. He's tried to do as much experiments as he can to make the quote-unquote perfect creature. And maybe it's just fast forward of like what the perfect creature is, because if there is no humans on that island, how did the alien metamorph into like coming that perfect thing it's a face hugger, right? Because in Prometheus there wasn't really face huggers. It was a weird like worm thing. What was the evolution scale to go from that to that? I don't know. And then there's also weird things in this movie about, a flute and some other alien creatures. But where do these other alien creatures come from? Are they from the makers? Because there was one scene in, Prometheus where it does come out of the maker's body, and it's very different than this weird, like, Silent Hill creature that's in Alien Covenant. Also, it does have a pretty good scene where the alien is coming out of the back instead of the front. That's pretty gory as well. So if you're expecting a lot more gore, there's a lot more gore in this one than Prometheus. So I think when Ridley Scott came back, I think the executives at Fox like, hey, let's kind of make it more of an alien movie and have more aliens and have more gore to correlate with the other alien films and not be like more like Prometheus. And that is why I don't think it's called Prometheus 2. They decided to put alien back in the title. And that is my honest opinion. I'm pretty sure I'm correct. I think it's the only also movie that has a sex scene in it from all the Alien movies. So there's also that with Jussie Smollett, the subway guy. He's also in this as well. So I don't know. After watching this movie, like I said, there's some fantastic scenes in this movie. Like I said, the Danny McBride scene at the very end with those huge cargo trucks going out the back of the fucking spaceship. Freaking awesome. There's good gore. Good character development, overall in this movie. However, with what happened in this movie, what David's trying to do with Walter, of course you saw that twist coming. But also, where did he get the embryos in his body? How do you get those embryos? Anyway, I don't know. I just don't know. It's not the best ending because you kind of just feel like shit because again, this is humans trying to make AI. What are we doing? Folks, what are we doing? Why do we think this is a good idea? Why are we creating something that will destroy us? I don't understand us. Anyway, Alien Covenant, technical crafts. It's a Ridley Scott movie. What the F else do you expect from Ridley Scott when it comes to these type of movies? It looks great. Acted good. Fantastic set pieces. Great gore. Some characters, you see them for 5 minutes because they're about to die. But overall, when watching Prometheus and Alien Covenant back to back, I think there are some glaring issues with story connectivity and how it actually wants to portray itself. But yes, it's still worth watching, but it's still, I feel like something's missing. So Alien Covenant will receive a 3 out of 5 with Futon. It goes at 60%. So see the critics' news scores gave this one. Critics a 65% with 407. Audience score of 55% with 50,000. Let's look at the critic consensus. Alien Covenant delivers another satisfying round of close quarters deep space terror, even if it doesn't take the saga in any new directions. Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, the CGI when she was on the wench wasn't the best, and that's where I like Prometheus better overall. But I don't know. This movie, I loved the gore, but something about it. Maybe it was Michael Fassbender, David's character. I just hate AI so much. I have biases, and that came into play. But I still enjoyed the movie. It's a teetery between 60 and 70, but I'm going to stick with my 60 for now. 60, 55, 65. Chase Lock here at the Boo Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more thing is Booftontopia. You Booftonians, thank you for watching a great day. I'm going to watch this tape tomorrow, week from month, and a year from every single freaking one of you. And now let's talk about the top, how in order. Number 1, Aliens. Number 2, Alien. Number 3, Prometheus. Number 4, Alien Covenant. Number 5, Alien 3. And the last one, Alien Resurrection. I think. Yes.